guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a little bit of a different video, but I am so excited to do it for you guys. I was super inspired by Morgan. I'll put her little YouTube on the screen here. She films like the coziest bookstore vlogs. And I thought it would be so fun since you guys are always asking for more book content from me and loving to know what I'm reading and whatnot. So I figured that we would have a cozy little reading day together. I just spent a bit of the morning reading, obviously not in jeans. I just got dressed, but I love spending weekend mornings just reading and relaxing. I'm currently reading 8 Perfect Hours by Leah Lewis. It's like a sweet little winter holiday romance. I love it so far. And I thought that we would go to the bookstore because what is better than a Saturday morning grabbing a coffee, going to the bookstore and just browsing? Like, I feel like it just takes all of my anxiety and sadness away, and I've just had quite an anxiety inducing week and I just wanted something to kind of cheer me up a little bit. So I figured we could go to the bookstore, and I just find these the coziest vlogs and I cannot wait to take you guys along. I have a big list on my phone of bookstores that I want to go to, but I don't have a ton of time today. So I was gonna wait and do this until we could go to like an independent bookstore, independently owned. But I really want to take you guys to Indigo. I truly love it there. It is a Canadian chain. It's kind of like the Canadian Barnes & Noble. And it's just so fun. And I really wanted to take you guys along even though it was a chain. But if you guys enjoyed this video at the end, let me know if you guys want to see another one. And maybe Matt and I can spend like a morning bookstore hopping in Ottawa. I think that could be so much fun when we have a bit more time on our hands. So I just thought this would be the perfect way to spend a day and kind of switch up the vlogs and kind of keep the cozy holiday vibe going. So honestly, let's head out, grab a little coffee, and then we'll go to the bookstore, and I cannot wait to take you guys with me. So let's go. Alrighty guys, first things first, without a cozy warm coffee, I didn't get anything special today. I just got like a brewed coffee with a splash of milk in it from a local coffee shop here. And of course, I cannot resist a pastry. Their cinnamon rolls are unmatched. So I picked one of those up, although I kind of get sad because obviously before the pandemic you could like sip on a coffee while you browsed a bookstore, and at least in Canada or in Ontario where I live, masks are still mandated indoors even if you're vaccinated. So it's not the same experience, you know what I mean? But I'm still gonna sip on my coffee and hopefully grab some books. I forgot to tell you guys this inside, but I give myself a monthly budget for books, $25. I never carry cash on me, but I did like a little Facebook Marketplace sale, and so I have some cash. So this is my spending allowance for books this month or whatever I find. So I have to stick to my budget, and I find cash a really great way to do that. So I'm excited. I'm gonna take a sip of this coffee and we're gonna head to the bookstore, and we're just gonna have a wonderful little weekend morning together, and I cannot wait to spend it with you. I love that they have like a bunch of different sections here. So they'll have like top books. Over there is like biggest releases. I just like love that. It's a great way to start, especially if you're new to the book world. This is my favorite section. So many great new books to read. You definitely have to read this. One of my all-time favorite books. I really want to read this one next. And I've heard this one is really great as well. All these sections. Such a good book. I still have not read this book. I love that there's Christmas music playing, honestly. Guys, we are in my favorite section. I'm sorry, the music is so loud in here. This looks like a Bridgerton kind of vibe. Let's read it. You guys can pause it if you want. I have this at home. Such a good series. I really, really want to read this book. I really want to read it. I love anything with a cartoon cover. I think it's so cute. Also said this was good, Sarah Jenkins. Highly recommend. So good. Actually, I've never read this book, but I watched the movie. It was a really spicy movie. I didn't realize it was a book though. I feel like I should read the book one day. It was such a good movie. This looks very Bridgerton. Popular opinion, but I could not get into this book. Wow, so many. Ooh, I love cheap books. Let's see if we can grab some of these maybe. 4. I think this is the sequel. Yeah. I'm looking for The Roommate, but it's sold out everywhere. I want to read it so bad. I love anything by her. Amazing. Oh, I feel like maybe this would be a good book to read. I love Nicholas Sparks. What a cutie. Did you want to ask for Christmas? I also really want to read that book. I really need to read this still. I have it in audiobook form. Apparently it's really amazing. Love Matthew McConaughey. Obviously, you need to read those amazing, amazing books. Guys, I definitely need a wide angle lens so bad. My hair is kind of crazy because it's windy out, but I didn't end up getting a single book. What is my hair doing? But I did enjoy my coffee and sip on it, and it was great. And like I said, sometimes it's just nice to like walk around the bookstore and not get any books and just like cozy up. So sad I didn't get anything, but I'm not the kind of person that's just gonna get a book just because I'm there, like if nothing's calling out to me. So anyways, that is like my little update, but I hope this was like fun and cozy. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these, because I definitely think that Matt and I could spend like a whole morning like bopping around some independently owned bookstores that are kind of like in the West End. Like we would make it like a little day trip on the weekend. But obviously today I didn't have the time for that. But I love Indigo. I hope you guys did too. It's so cute in there. This is not sponsored by them, although I wish it was. But we're gonna go home now, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about the books I read in October, and maybe we'll make this like a little monthly series. We'll do like a little wrap up. My friend Kayla, I'll link her channel down below. You guys probably know Kayla Compton. She has a book, I was gonna say Bookstagram, but a book TikTok, a book talk, and a new YouTube channel for it, and she does these like monthly wrap-ups, and I like really enjoy them. So maybe I'll sit down and tell you guys about the books I read and give you guys some recommendations and show you guys what I'm reading currently. I think that would be kind of fun. So this vlog is not going to be super long, but I have a little bit of coffee left and I'm enjoying that, and it definitely turned my day around. Just walking into a bookstore with a coffee in my hand just gives me so much happiness. So let's go home and we will talk about some of the great books I read in October. Alrighty guys, we're home now. I just changed into some comfy clothes just so we could chat about reading, and I have all of my... Do you want to talk about reading? What books have you read recently? Huh? What books have you read, Stella? Did you read any good books lately? Okay, come on, me. Can you come over here and lie down? Come on. I have all of the books on my laptop here because I have notes about them all and my ratings for all of them. So I read a decent amount. I'm quite a speed reader, and I get asked all the time how I read so much, and I honestly just prioritize it because it really helps me calm down and decompress at the end of the day. So I'd say I read for about 2 hours a night, probably from like 10 p.m. to like midnight. So, and then also I tend to read mainly thrillers, romance, and like spicy romance. Spicy romance is really like chef's kiss for me. I don't know why. Ever since I read 50 Shades of Grey, I love the spicy romance, okay? So that's not your thing. I'm very sorry. But, okay. September books. The Casanova by T.L. Swan. If you have not read the other Mile High Club books, you need to. They are amazing. This is the third book in the Miles High Club, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this one because the other two were absolutely amazing, but I loved it. It is definitely like a enemies to lovers, grumpy pants, sunshine trope if you guys are into that. Basically just this girl who works for a really grumpy boss, and then she starts talking to this dude on a dating app, which ends up being the boss, and then they end up falling in love, obviously. But it's just really, really great. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend any of the T.L. Swan books if you're just getting into like spicy romance. Second was The Therapist by B.A. Paris. Typically, you guys know when we went to the bookstore, I love B.A. Paris. I gave this 3.5 stars. It wasn't it wasn't my favorite thriller, even though I was like on edge till the end, and it was kind of like a, oh my god, I have no idea who did this. But I just don't know if it's because I don't catch on to things really well. Like, I'm not like a critical thinker in the sense that like when I read mystery books, like even if it's really obvious, I can't figure out who done it. So it's basically about this couple who moves to a gated community, and then the wife finds out that the woman that lived there before was murdered, and then she gets like all obsessed and tries to figure it out and all that stuff. And it was really good. It's just, I don't know, I just didn't really resonate with it, you know. Next is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. 4.5 stars for me. It was good. It was like very highly talked about on TikTok. It's basically about a girl who's in love with her brother's best friend, and then he moves next door, and he's obviously like a super bad boy, and she's obviously like a nerdy sweet girl, like a grumpy sunshine trope if you're into that again. It was good, but the only reason I gave it 4.5 stars is because the second book in the series I loved so much more. So that brings me to my next book, which was Twisted Games by the same author, and that got 5 stars for me. I loved it so much. It was like a bodyguard romance. So basically it was the girl from the first book, her best friend Bridget is like a princess from a small like European fake country or whatever, and she is in love with her bodyguard, and it's just like a forbidden romance. And I just like love any kind of like forbidden royalty romance, like Bridgerton, all that kind of stuff. So that one was so good. Definitely preferred the second book more than the first. Then last series I read, which was a trilogy, was the Filthy Rich Americans trilogy by Nikki Sloan, which holy beep, this was amazing. It definitely is like really taboo, so like it's not one I would recommend starting with. There's definitely like some really questionable stuff, but it is amazing, and it's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically like this small town, think like Outer Banks, and this one family, I think it's the Hale family, they like own the bank, which like everyone in the city works for, or the town works for. Like they basically employ everyone, they're super rich, and this girl like makes a deal with the devil and says that she will marry one of their sons in order to get her family out of debt, and it's just like very taboo, but it's super good. It's kind of like a forced relationship, ends up falling in love. 10 on 10 recommend if you're not new to the spice, but still has a nose. So those are some really, really great ones. But now we're gonna kick off October with a bang. Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. 5 stars, probably one of my favorite books of 2021. Definitely an enemies to lovers workplace vibe. It's basically this girl who's going to her sister's wedding in Spain and needs a date. So one of the guys at work offers, and she keeps saying no. They don't really get along at work, and then she says yes, and it's just, enemies to lovers is like always the same plot and like everything, but this one was just so well written, and I was obsessed with it. It was so good. It was like a slow burn romance. Oh, chef's kiss, like one of my favorite books of 2021 for sure. Next was Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I gave this 3 stars. I was super disappointed by this book. It got a lot of hype on TikTok. It's like very well rated. I thought it was like meh. Basically about this girl who is a pediatric resident or like a peds fellow or something, and she's married to this older financially stable like banker dude who like she doesn't really know, but they're just engaged, blah blah blah. Then she bumps into her first love, and back and forth. It's one of those books that's like a then and now timeline, which I don't love. But yeah, I just like thought it was meh. It wasn't like anything amazing. I don't know. It wasn't like any Colleen Hoover book or whatever. It was just like meh. It was cute, but it wasn't like anything extraordinary. Next is the Pleasure Wars trilogy, which the first book is called Dom's Deal, and that's by Harper West. Kind of a whole 50 Shades of Grey situation, sort of, just with the premises being it's a girl like struggling for money, works at a coffee shop. This rich dude comes in, offers her $1 million for like a 1-year contract to be submissive, and then they fall in love. So typical 50 Shades of Grey kind of vibe, but it was still good, just wasn't like amazing. Then we have Outrageously in Love by Jen Morris. I gave this 4.5 stars. Super, super cute romance book. It's basically this like really nerdy, shy girl who lives in Australia, and she's flying to New York City for her sister's wedding. And when she flies there, she's like, I'm gonna be like a new version of myself. I'm gonna call myself like Harriet 2.0. I'm gonna be bold and outgoing and like say yes to everything. This trip is an opportunity. Then she ends up going to the Mile High Club and sleeping with the guy next to her on the plane, obviously, Mile High Club. And then she finds out that the dude is the best man in her sister's wedding, and it's like this whole kind of like forbidden romance, and then they end up like falling in love because they're 2 nerds. So super cute book. And the last one was To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays. I gave this 4 stars. It was super cute. It was about a girl who was like in love with her brother's best friend growing up, kind of like a then and now timeline too, but she's now a movie writer, and she wrote the script for a movie that's now starring the guy, her brother's best friend, who's a famous actor. And then the like producers and directors want them to be in like a fake relationship to like, you know, have the show or the movie do really well, and then they end up falling in love, obviously. So that one was super cute. I liked the plot was a bit different, like the whole fake relationship, arranged relationship thing. So yeah, those are all the books I read this month. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to do this like monthly. Also, once again, if you were here from the vlogs last year, this Christmas tree is distracting because it doesn't just like stay lit up, so I'm sorry if it distracted you. I hope you guys enjoyed this cozy little bookstore vlog and like book wrap-up vlog, and I just hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more of these. I'd be more than happy to do them and maybe explore some different bookstores. And don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. I post 3 times a week: lifestyle, budget, finance, working 9 to 5, book vlogs, anything, you name it, cozy vlogs for the holiday season. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.